Everyone wants more money, but most of us weren't taught how to create an abundant life. That's where the law of attraction, manifesting success stories show comes in. If you are ready to have more money, create more freedom, and experience more fun, turn the volume up. It's time to learn how to create the prosperity and life you have been dreaming of. Here's your host, Cassie Parks.
Hello and welcome back to the show. I am your host, Cassie Parks, and I am back again with Monica, Wendy, and Inez, who are part of the Living Your Dream 2026 crew. This is our second interview that we're recording June 7th, 2021. And Monica, let's start with you. What is some coaching that I have given you or someone else that really made something click over the past couple months?
This is coaching you gave someone else, and I don't even remember the circumstance, but it just stuck in my head. And you said, getting clear about the no is practice for when the yes comes. And
Yes.
That just felt really helpful to be able, I think I've heard you say this too, like if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. And it's to be able to say no and not make a bunch of stories of, oh, maybe I can make this work, or I don't know. So just saying that when it's no, that means that when it's a yes, you'll be really clear about it. So
Yes, I love that. And it's so important and such a good practice. How about you, Wendy? What's some coaching that has really made something click?
So we were on a call, I think last week, it doesn't matter when, and you were giving coaching to another one of the Manifest 10K participants who is a musician, and I am as well. So I think that's why I identified with it, although I think you've given the similar coaching to several people about this. But he was talking about how do I get inspired to create music when I have to do things that aren't inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of framed it as, the parts, the doing the scales and the day-to-day work, that's just the showing up part. The inspiration will come when it's meant to come. I think there's so many things like we have to do just like as a human being,
Right.
Outside of music or our jobs or, things that we don't really want to do. Like you're never really going to be inspired to clean your toilet, for example, or, but those are things you have to do. And those are just kind of the showing up things. And so that helped me because I was having similar thoughts like, well, I don't feel inspired to do anything. So am I just going to sit around and do nothing all day? That doesn't feel good either. And so that helped me to like understand that like just the showing up, like doing the things that you have to do will help the inspiration come when it's meant to. So
Yes, I love it. Yeah. And I think that thing people miss is like, then you're ready too, especially in this particular example, it was about, getting certain things in your head. Like those things need to be in your head to have that inspiration kind of start working behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you have to be able to know how to read to find inspiration in a book.
Yes.
So that work is important too.
Absolutely. Love it. Inez, how about you? What's some coaching that made something really click for you in the past couple months?
I think it was a couple of weeks ago where a coachee also described a situation where she was going through a divorce and very angry that her ex-husband doesn't care or doesn't show up for her kids. And she was very angry. And I think the coaching that resonated with me is that it is absolutely okay and even beneficial to feel the feeling and really be in the moment and accept the feeling, and that you don't have to be angry for someone else because the other person also has the right to feel the feeling, and maybe those people are okay, but really going through this situation and accepting and also accepting not being okay and not being happy in this situation is part of the process and part of the growth.
Yes. Love that. And Inez, how do you know it's happening?
There are so many opportunities that I have been dreaming of a couple of years ago, finally showing up. I've just signed a publication opportunity for being part of a book writing. And I always wanted to write a book. And the book is going to be published on the 22nd of February 2022. And I think that's just so amazing.
Yes, yay. Amazing. I love it. It's so happening. Monica, how do you know it's happening?
As you mentioned before, I am a massage therapist, and my business was closed for a long time. And honestly, it was only open for a little while before I closed down. But it has reopened since this last interview, and I have made a profit every month since it's been reopened.
Yay, that's amazing. And has it felt easy or hard or in between?
Easy.
Yay. Yeah. Did you think that was possible before starting this work?
No, because I have in the past felt that it was hard. So this new coaching helped.
Yay, that's awesome. Celebrating ease and your business. Mm-hmm. Love it. Wendy, how about you? How do you know it's happening?
Well, I've been getting a lot of new clients just coming to me seemingly out of the blue, but that are aligned with topics that I actually want to write about, because that does not always happen as a freelance writer. So like in the last few months, I've been getting articles to write about ukuleles, which is kind of a niche thing, and I'm a ukulele player, so that's funny to me. Music theory, guitars, meditation, and health topics, and these are all like my favorite things. So the fact that these are just coming to me out, without any work on my part, I guess. That's me. That's happening.
Yay, that's awesome. Would you also, you did not write this down, but I'm hoping you'll be fine to share it. Share your story about being on someone else's vision board.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I write for Medium, which is a freelance website that you get like royalties for. It's sort of like, anyway, that's not important. And a person had read one of my articles that I wrote years ago after I did a stand-up paddleboarding adventure, and I was talking about like being fat and happy is what I called it, and being like a plus size woman and doing active things, and like how I was trying to get over worrying about how I looked while I did those things. And anyway, this person read my article, and a couple months ago messaged me on Instagram. She found me and messaged me and told me that she read my article and it inspired her to buy a stand-up paddleboard, and that she'd been using it and lost like 30 pounds or something like that. Amazing. And she had taken pictures from my article that I had posted with it of me on the stand-up paddleboard, and she had put it and other like plus size ladies working out on her vision board. And that had been helping her get fit. And so that was pretty cool.
Yay, that's awesome. I love it. Very cool. Monica, what is something that you've grown through or overcome in the past few months?
I worked through having a difficult conversation with my husband about this program, as a matter of fact. And there is a lot underneath it, kind of about what counts as a worthy investment, what do we decide together, what can we do on our own, and it's still in progress, but that initial conversation was difficult to have because there was a lot of feelings with it, but we did come to an agreeable solution. And then when I brought it up a couple days later, he was like, yeah, no, I'm over it. I just needed to talk about this in this way. And I heard what you said about this. And now I don't have the animosity feelings anymore about where our investments are going. So.
Yay, that's amazing. How did you feel differently in that conversation than maybe you would have 6 months ago?
I just kept asking him. I kept trying to get him to phrase what he was saying in a question. I said, yeah, what do you really want? Do you want me to pay this money back out of my business account? Do you not want me to do this anymore? Do you think I'm being taken advantage of? What is really happening, and what do you want as an outcome? And he just really needed to air out some feelings about, stories. We've been married for 10 years. So whatever, you have stories and stuff. And that's what he needed. But I kept saying to him, what is the question here? Or I'm listening to your feelings, but what's more than that? What can I do? What is the outcome you're looking for, to kind of get an end in mind, other than just going back and forth of old stories?
Yay. I love it. You could hear his stories, not get in them, and ask for like clarity. Where are we going?
Yeah, for sure.
Yay. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Wendy, what is something that you've grown through or overcome in the past couple months?
I'm definitely learning to let go of perfection. This is something that I realized through this process that I didn't know I was doing, was that I would get overwhelmed and then just not do things. And I'm now realizing that it's because I thought if I can't do them perfectly, then they're not worth doing. Right. And now I'm just knowing that like doing something's better than nothing. Showing up is the important part. And that just makes me feel like a lot better. Progress over perfection is always the better option than just not doing something because I can't do it absolutely, quote, perfect.
Yes. Yay. I love it. Inez, how about you? It's something that you've grown through, overcome in the past couple months.
For me, taking a break and listening to what I need is something that I always struggled with. And in the last couple of months, I was really in a difficult health situation. And I also wanted to do the assignments, and allowing myself to take a break, to start the healing process and really listen to what my body tells me and what I need is something that is absolutely beautiful and wonderful, and something that I still am learning, and I'm still growing in this respect. But I think that is for sure one of the most important lessons that I've learned in a couple of last weeks.
Yay. Yeah, it's so important. I remember that call, and I just stop. And we have so many people come up against this because we think like, I just have to keep pushing. I have to keep pushing. But we're trying to get to a life where we don't push, right? Generally, one of the reasons people want money is so that life is easier. And we can't create that easier life if we're just pushing to get to that easy life. We have to make it easy and take care of ourselves along the way. I love that. Any other ahas or growth that anyone wanted to make sure they shared today? Cool. All right. Well, we have a couple of questions. Oh, go ahead. Inez, did you have one?
Yes. And I think it's an aha element where we've been doing, let's say, the manifestation work towards manifesting 10K. Mm-hmm. And for me, one of the biggest aha elements was that even though I'm focusing on manifesting 10K, manifestations happen in other areas as well. And just without me consciously doing, or I think I'm not doing something, but I obviously living something differently or being someone differently, that who attracts manifestations somewhere else where I'm not, for me, working on, but it seems that I'm working on a 360 element.
Yes, that is what happens. And that is where so much of the magic is, because you're not just learning how to manifest money, right? You're learning how to manifest. We just use money as the thing that we're kind of keeping score with right now. Because I love money for a scorekeeper, because we can really see it. And then when it shows up in those other areas, you're like, I just said last week I wanted that, and look how easy it was. But all the things apply, right? You're not telling stories about other things. You're really catching yourself. You're letting it be easy. And so I love that you shared that. It's one of my favorite things. And it's why I have you guys focus on money instead of let's create your whole life up front, because it's really where we can learn those skills. Anyone else have an aha like that, or want to add into the amazing things that have happened outside of money? Monica?
Yeah, I'll just adding on to that, there's just been really fun things happening around me, like people getting boats and things that they say, oh no, this isn't available, this can't happen this year, and then it just all working out. And it's just fun to see it not only in my life and in my immediate family's life, but just people around us, and to just celebrate it and be a part of it. So thanks for reminding me of that, Inez.
Yeah, yay. Amazing. Cool. I love that. And I want to know, now I'm curious, I'm going to ask one more question. Did you all, in your previous LOA experience, like, were you guys trying to sort of do it all at once? Like the whole list, everything you wanted? Was anyone trying to do it all at once?
Yeah, I have quite a long history of trying to do LOA things. I this was one of the ahas early on, I think before even I got into 10K, when I was doing like the first 10-day program.
The pre-work, yeah.
Yeah, the pre-work. And you were just like, stop all those other things. You're in a loop of just like reading LOA books and trying thing after thing after thing. But what I didn't ever do was let it go. I never got that part of the message.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, it was always like, manifest your perfect life, write it all down, every little thing that you want, and it has to be super specific or it won't show up that way. And that's really shifted for me now. Like, it's definitely more about the feeling, and the letting go is a bigger part of it.
Yay, that's awesome. Inez, did you?
I don't have a long LOA history. I learned LOA with Genie Skills Camp, and that was my first interaction with LOA last year in October. And there it was also the focus on the feeling. So I didn't know what a LOA to-do list was, and in that respect, I'm just learning how to do it in a way that resonates with me. And I think one of the most important lessons, because I was doing vision boards previously, but not in a sense of LOA. The focus on the feeling the focus on how I feel in a situation, or how I want to feel in a situation in my future life, is really the element where I have the impression I'm taking the brakes off of my life. So I'm really getting into the flow and creating effortlessly what I'm dreaming of.
Yes, that's awesome. I love it. Any other final thoughts as we wrap up today? Amazing. You three are amazing. Thank you all for listening. I know you took some amazing things away from this. You're going to be less focused on perfection and more focused on showing up, which is awesome. Thank you three. Make sure to come back and check out what else is awesome in these ladies' life next time.
Thank you for joining us on the Law of Attraction Manifesting Success Stories show. To learn how to attract more money into your life, go to your favorite book retailer and order Cassie's book, Manifest $10,000.